evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nish Kumar. How are you? Are you all right? What was that? Somebody shouted at the top. Yeah, hi. Who's from Croydon? I'm from Croydon. I am, yeah. I'm a prominent Croydoner. It's the only other two things to come out of Croydon are Kate Moss and the concept of crime. So, great to see you all, ladies and gentlemen, and you, yeah. Of course, it would be the people from Croydon who are shouting. Not doing anything to help our image. It's nice to be here, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nish. I hope you enjoy the jokes. I've got some jokes to tell you. I hope you enjoy them. If you don't, wow, I am sorry. That will almost certainly have been my fault. You know, at least 60-40 that way round, you know? Because the problem is, that's the problem with comedy. Like, I love being a comedian, and it's a job that I absolutely adore. But it's a strange job, because I might do it to the best of my abilities, and you might not enjoy it. That's the nature of comedy. It's an inherently subjective medium. No two people can agree on what's funny. So if you don't think I'm funny, that's absolutely fine. The only problem I have as a comedian is that if somebody thinks what I'm doing is not funny, it stops being comedy. And there's no other job like that. If you're a builder and you build a wall, people go, that's a good wall, or that's a shit wall. No one says, that is not a wall. You built a bloody duck, mate. What are you thinking? And I like the fact that people have different opinions. I like arguing. I think that's part of what makes being a human being interesting and exciting. I don't like it when people can't justify their opinions, or they do so on spurious grounds. Like, my dad doesn't like rap music. Now, listen, I like rap music, but I know there's a lot of good reasons to not like rap music. Misogyny, homophobia, the needless celebration of wealth. My dad doesn't like rap... That does not normally get a laugh. It's very unusual, people being like, yeah. I love all three of those things. My dad doesn't like rap music because he says it's easy, and then he will prove that by doing a rap. You go, rap music's really easy, Nish. Watch this. My name is Dad, and I'm here to say I'm a really great guy. That's not proof of anything. You can't say something's easy and your evidence is you do it badly. It's like me going, jazz music's really easy. Watch this. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, check out this easy juggling. And I had two different arguments with two separate friends because they didn't go and see 12 Years a Slave. Now, did anyone go and see 12 Years a Slave? Yeah, I liked that movie. I thought it was really good. I mean, by the end, I was crying out of my mouth. I didn't even know that was possible, right? But two of my friends didn't go and see that film. One of my friends said, oh, I'm not going to see that film, Nish. And I said, why not? And he said, because it's not even a good film, which I think is logically interesting. I was like, why? What do you mean it's not a good film? And he said, well, it's just because it's about slavery, isn't it? People just think it's a good film because it's about slavery. It's not even a good film. People are just tricked because it's about slavery. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Right, I'm pretty sure 12 Years a Slave did really well because at least some people think it's a good film. In fact, I know that's the case because I don't think 12 Years a Slave would have won all the Oscars it had won if it had starred Eddie Murphy as 4 different slaves and a Chinese man for no reason. And then one of my other friends just went, I don't need to see that film, Nish. And I said, why not? And he said, oh, because I already know slavery was bad? It wasn't a twist ending. It's not like the rest of us got to the ending and went, oh, my God, slavery was the bad guy. This is like the Sixth Sense. And I went to see 12 Years a Slave, and, you know, I really enjoyed it. But at the end, I made a slight faux pas in my mind, right? Because at the end of the movie, the lights came back up, and everybody was sort of recovering from it, and, you know, it was a very moving film. And then there's a girl behind me who was still crying, and this girl was black. And I was like, oh, my God, this is incredible. She must have had some kind of personal connection to this film. I'm so moved that I'm here to share what is clearly an important moment in her cultural and personal development. And then I realised that's the most patronising thing I've ever thought in my life. And I know it is, because I remember how I felt a couple of years ago when people just kept coming up to me going, dude, Slumdog. Slumdog Millionaire, I have tasted your pain. So I like the fact that people can sort of agree and disagree about different things, but like I say, you just have to think about what the grounds are that you're justifying it on. Like, one of my dad's friends was arguing with me recently, and he said, Nish, everyone your age is really weak. You're a weak generation. Now, there is definitely a good argument to be made on that case, but not the grounds he chose, because he chose to justify that. He said, you're all weak, Nish, and his justification for it was lactose intolerance. It's like, Nish, look how many people your age are lactose intolerant. Back in my day, we fought milk. That's how tough we were. But of course, we all know that that's not how disease and discovery works. The same number of people have always been lactose intolerant. It's just now we know it's called that. 50 years ago, somebody would go to the doctor and be like, doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. I drink milk all the time and I feel awful. What's wrong with me? And the doctor just go... Ghosts. Right, that was the best guess that they could come up with. So, I'm a British Asian gentleman, and it's a good time to be a British Asian gentleman right now. It's a pretty sweet time, you know? It's pretty good. Like, I really believe that there's nothing I can't do right now that a white person can. I really believe that. There's nothing I can't do that a white person can do. I really believe... Oh, there's one thing I can't do that white people can do, and that's play pranks at an international airport, because... You know, I don't care what you say. That fun is not open to you if you have the voice of Downton Abbey but the face of Homeland. That is not an option. My white friends are always like, Nish, let's have some banter with the customs officials. I say, no, thank you. The only prank I'm playing is let's not get fingered, OK? I walk into airports, my bag in one hand, my shoes in the other. I wear T-shirts that say, I heart the West. Just run up to random white people. You know what sucks? Jihad. I have what's known scientifically as an ethnically ambiguous face. No one really seems to know where I come from, which just means I get searched at customs everywhere. Like, I don't know, like, people just really hedging their bets with me. But generally, you know, things are getting way easier. Things are getting much better. Like, even conversationally, we've moved so far. Conversationally, it's no longer acceptable to do an accent if it's clearly an impersonation of a non-white ethnicity. If you do it, people get really uncomfortable. It's like Benny Hill doing Chinese voices in the 70s. It's seen as something that we just don't sort of do anymore. Apart from one ethnic group, there is one ethnic group we have no problem impersonating for some reason. And that ethnic group is black women from the southern states of America. Because for some weird reason, no matter how liberal a person is, occasionally they'll just go, and you know Mama don't like that. You're like, how is that okay? That is definitely not okay. If I do an Indian accent, people go, Nish, you should not do that, it's crass, it's offensive, and you know Mama don't like that. And if you take nothing away from anything else I say to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let it be this. I think we can all agree that Mama Don't Like That would definitely be the name of that Eddie Murphy remake of 12 Years a Slave. That is almost beyond doubt. I've had a lot of changes in my personal life. I was single for a long time, but I've recently taken a woman. I'm almost certain that is not how you're supposed to phrase that, right? I was single for a long time because I was always quite sexually reticent. Like, when I was at school, I didn't really kiss girls, largely because I was busy getting some excellent A-level results. Did very well. Thank you. Yes, correct. I was that kind of kid. And I'm aware that there might be some people in here who kissed loads of people and did really well in their exams. And let me just take this opportunity to say this. Go fuck yourself. No one likes you. I was not the most sporty kid, to be honest. When I was at school, the only sport I really played to any distinction was cricket. I loved playing cricket. I still love playing cricket now, but I loved playing cricket when I was at school. And eventually I won an award for playing cricket. Now, every year they would give out awards for playing cricket that were all pretty self-explanatory. There was best batsman, that's the best batsman. Best bowler, that's the best bowler. Best player, that's the best all-round player. Then there was the award that I won, an award called Clubman of the Year. An award which I've subsequently found out was presented on the criteria of the boy who'd shown the most enthusiasm in the face of, and I quote, an overwhelming lack of ability. So I was quite, you know, I was shy around girls when I was at school, which is fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. The only problem is, if you're shy around people that you're sexually interested in when you're a younger person, you don't make mistakes. And you should make mistakes so you can have some idea about how to talk to these people when you become an adult. So I grew up, because I wasn't really trying, with some bad ideas. About 5 years ago, I became obsessed with the idea that I needed to be more mysterious. I was like, I need to be more mysterious. That's what girls like. Now, yeah, fair enough, okay? Let me explain my reasoning.